So
Well, I'm going to move on to gas or pass, right?
Yep.
All right, so my gas or pass, I'm going to talk about and bring up the Strymon Timeline. So $449 is what this pedal goes for. I've actually, as long as this pedal's been out, I've stayed away from it. I've not bought one. I've not played one, I don't think. I've played a bunch of Strymon pedals, I guess, at this point, but not a Timeline. It's a little bit intimidating at first, whenever I first seen it.
So what's the difference in this timeline?
Well, this is the standard time. I'm talking about the regular timeline.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of the new Big Sky that just came out.
Oh, gotcha.
So this is just the timeline. And, I mean, it's one of those things I've kind of looked at multiple times and thought, well, I could get a lot of my delay sounds out of this thing, but do I want to fiddle with it? So where does it fall for you? Is it a gas or pass?
I am interested in it. And actually, it's cheaper than I thought it'd be.
Right. Just under $500.
It's really not terrible for everything that you get in the package. And you can get anything you want out of it. I think just purely for its flexibility and having pretty much anything you want out of it, it has to be a gas.
Yeah.
And I haven't even looked at the used market. But if if it's $449 like brand new, then used is around $350, $400.
Yeah, probably even $300 if you really search hard.
So, I mean, I think it would almost have to be something people are interested in. Like, I would be interested in it just literally for the Memory Man sound.
Yeah.
I mean, if Andy Timmons used it religiously for years, I mean, I should probably check it out.
Yeah, I feel like conflicted with this. You know, yeah, I don't feel overwhelmed with how much is on it now because I kind of understand how it works. I've seen it work enough that I kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of feels, I don't want to say outdated because it's not. I mean, it's been out for a long time at this point. But it just feels like there's so many other options out there right now that it is not like the go-to option for me now.
So I would put the Timeline, and I'm just speaking out loud here, I would put the Timeline in the same category as like an Eventide Time Factor.
Yeah.
John Mayer used that on Continuum.
Right.
It's got an amazing sound.
Mm-hmm.
It does a lot of things.
Yep.
I feel like the Timeline's kind of in that same category.
Right.
So I would put it in like it is a wonderful tool. I will never put it on my board mostly because it's too big. And like, you know, you can find smaller pedals that do a niche thing that I enjoy just as much.
Right. Yeah, and for me, I think I would rather have 2 delay pedals or even 3 delay pedals on my board that do those niche things that I would be happier with than what I would one single pedal that does it all like that. There's some pedals I feel differently about, but there's something about the Timeline that just doesn't like, it's uninteresting to me.
Well, if what it is, Casey, is you feel like it's a preset bank. That's what you're going to feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have this song for this sound. And I think if you had the Timeline, you would actually probably love it.
Maybe.
If you dug into it. But you're going to feel like you're going through the motions, probably.
Yeah. I kind of worry about that. You know, I've talked about the DD500 before, too, and the Boss makes, and it's kind of similar, too.
Right.
And that, you know, it's kind of older now, too. They're due for, you know, a revamp of that line. And it's kind of lost its, like, charm to me for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, maybe it is the thought of it just going through banks. And that's, I'd rather have something simple, you know, a couple different things. Or even, I don't know. There's a lot of pedals out there that's doing delay really well right now to the point to where the Timeline is kind of meh for me at this point.
Maybe, yeah, there's just a lot of options out there for the time being, and you're just like, you know, if it's not a need, then you're not worried about it.
Yeah, so it's a pass for me.
Okay. I think, again, as I always say, if it's a good enough deal, I'm there for it.
Yeah, okay. Well, you want